The secret to a longer life might be in your next meal. This is by Jackson Laboratory Research. Researchers conduct pivotal study into aging and lifespan to uncover new details about how diets might make people live longer, but also their negative side effects. Recent research involving nearly 1,000 genetically distinct mice examined the impact of various diets on lifespan, uncovering the lower caloric intake significantly enhances longevity compared to periodic fasting. The study's pivotal findings suggest that genetic resilience and maintaining health during caloric restriction are crucial, potentially challenging existing theories on the biological markers of aging and longevity. Groundbreaking longevity research. For nearly a century, laboratory studies have consistently shown that animals live longer when they eat less food or eat less frequently. However, scientists have struggled to understand why these restrictive diets extend lifespan and how they can be effectively applied to humans. And now, in a pivotal study published in the October 9 issue of Nature magazine, researchers at the Jackson Laboratory, JAX, and their collaborators tracked the health of nearly 1,000 mice on various diets to explore these questions further. The study was meticulously designed to ensure each mouse was genetically unique, better mirroring the genetic diversity of humans. This approach enhanced the clinical relevance of the findings, making the study as one of the most significant contributions to the research on aging and lifespan to date. Key findings on caloric restriction and lifespan. The study concluded that eating fewer calories had a greater impact on lifespan than periodic fasting, revealing that very low-calorie diets generally extended the mice's lifespan regardless of their body fat or glucose levels, both typically seen as markers of metabolic health and aging. Surprisingly, the mice that lived the longest on the restricted diets were those that lost the least weight despite eating less. Animals that lost the most weight on these diets tended to have low energy, comprising immune and reproductive systems, and shorter lives. Our study really points out the importance of resilience, said Gary Churchill, Carl Gunnar Johansson Chair, Professor of JAX, who led the study. He said the most robust animals keep their weight on even in the face of stress and caloric restriction, and they're the ones that live the longest. It also suggests that a more moderate level of calorie restriction might be the way to balance long-term health and lifespan. Churchill and colleagues assigned female mice to any of the 5 different diets, one in which the animals could freely eat any amount of food at any time, 2 in which the animals were provided only 60 to 80% of their baseline calories each day, and 2 in which the animals were not given any food for either 1 or 2 consecutive days each week, but could eat as much as they wanted on the other days. Then the mice were studied for the rest of their lives with periodic blood tests and extensive evaluation of their overall health. Genetic factors and lifespan variability. Overall, mice on restricted diets lived for an average of 25 months. Those on the intermittent fasting diet lived for an average of 28 months. Those eating 80% baseline lived for an average of 30 months, and those eating 60 of baseline lived for 34 months. But within each group, the range of lifespans was wide. Mice eating the fewest calories, for example, had lifespans ranging from a few months to 4.5 years. Surprising insights into longevity and diet. When the researchers analyzed the rest of their data to try and explain this wide range, they found that genetic factors had a far greater impact on lifespan than diets, highlighting how underlying genetic features yet to be identified play a major role in how those diets would affect an individual's person's healthy trajectory. Moreover, they pinpointed genetically encoded resilience as a critical factor in lifespan. Mice that naturally maintain their body weight, body fat percentage, and immune cell health during the periods of stress or low food intake, as well as those that did not lose body fat late in life, survived the longest. If you want to live a long time, there are things you can control within your lifetime, such as diet, but really what you want is a very old grandmother, Churchill said. Reevaluating the markers of aging. The study also cast doubt on traditional ideas about why certain diets can extend life in the first place. For example, factors like weight, body fat percentage, blood glucose levels, and body temperature did not explain the link between cutting calories and living a longer life. Instead, the study found that immune system health and traits relating to red blood cells were more clearly connected to lifespan. Importantly, those findings mean that human studies of longevity, which often use metabolic measurements as markers for aging or youthfulness, may be overlooking more important aspects of healthy aging. While caloric restriction is generally good for lifespan, our data show that losing weight on caloric restriction is usually bad for lifespan, Churchill said. So when we look at human trials of longevity drugs and see that people are losing weight and have better metabolic profiles, it turns out that might not be a good marker for their future lifespan at all. And this is from Dietary Restriction Impacts Health and Lifespan Genetic Diversity by Andrea Di Francisco, Andrew Deegan, Lev Lichivetsky, and colleagues from Nature Magazine, from the Jackson Laboratory on SciTech Daily. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. My Patreon account, the daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.